With potential plans and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. A couple videos came out from Survivor Series where Paul Heyman can be seen pushing a young fan away. Fightful reported that, I'm told by WWE sources, there was no real heat on Paul Heyman pushing a child out of his way at Survivor Series. There was more heat on security for allowing anyone to get to him. Mike Johnson of PW Insider added, this footage also shows that at the same time Heyman put his arm up to distance himself from the fan, one of the security officials physically yanked the fan backwards, and it was likely that person who moved the fan, not Heyman. One WWE source stated the blame should fall on the local security for failing to prevent the fan from getting around them, not Heyman or any other performer put in that no-win situation where they have to react in real time as they are trying to return backstage. Touching on the possibility of Chris Jericho being revealed as the masked man that attacked CM Punk at Survivor Series, Sam Roberts noted on his podcast, it can go a multitude of different ways, and who knows? I mean, listen, there's a version of this where the beauty of having a masked man is that you don't even technically need it to be the same guy who was used tonight, you know what I mean? All you need is for the guy to be there when it's time to unmask the masked man. Who's to say if Chris Jericho ends up signing with WWE, is there a world where we stretch this out until Chris Jericho can unmask? I would say sure, and that would be really exciting if Chris Jericho unmasked, and that's what you've got moving forward into 2026. That would be a lot of fun. Chris Jericho and CM Punk have history. With Ric Flair claiming that Hulk Hogan's untimely passing was due to the use of street drugs, Hogan's widow, Sky Daly, told TMZ that didn't happen at all. Flair replied on X, writing, "Okay, Sky, I got bad information according to you. I should have never mentioned it. I have known Hogan since 1979. Let's just move past this and concentrate on his legacy. Period. End of story. Let's preserve his legacy rather than dwell on any negative energy. I repeat, Hulkamania forever." Talking about the apparent plans to have another match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 42, Self-Made Pro said, so on November 11th of this year, we were sitting on two possible scenarios for WrestleMania. Scenario 1, Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker at Mania, and CM Punk versus Cody. For the longest time, the plan was Punk versus Cody and Seth versus Roman. That was locked in. Then the updated plan became Punk versus Cody and Braun versus Roman. There was another option that some people in WWE were into and Roman himself liked, if it was on his terms. Punk versus Braun Breaker and Roman versus Cody. Here's the deal with all of this. At the time, I asked, is Cody versus Roman happening? And the answer was, it's totally up in the air. It depends. A creative meeting had to happen to get everyone on the same page. An agreement was eventually reached. Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble as a babyface. He's going to frame it as a redemption story, and he's just going to beat Cody Rhodes and win the championship. Of course, Dave Meltzer had said this regarding Mania plans on Wrestling Observer Radio. The whole thing when we came out of this match, the idea is we're supposed to know WrestleMania, which is Cody and Roman, and Punk and Braun Breaker are the championship matches. When it comes to potential plans for John Cena following his upcoming retirement match in WWE, Ringside News wrote that John Cena's legendary WWE run is about to reach its final bell. The 17-time world champion is officially slated for his farewell match on December 13th, 2025 at Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. But there's a twist that's already got fans raising eyebrows. Despite the build-up to Cena's last match ever, WWE is already listing him for a major appearance on Monday Night Raw scheduled for April 20th, 2026. That's the first Raw after WrestleMania 42, usually a massive night with returns, debuts, and surprises. According to Dave Meltzer, sources close to the situation indicated that Gunther is WWE's pick to defeat LA Knight in the finals of the Last Time Is Now tournament and take on Cena in what's being promoted as the last match of his storied in-ring career. While Cena is still on deck to wrestle for the final time this December, WWE clearly isn't done featuring him on TV. Whether it's a farewell promo or passing of the torch, the company is making sure the Cena era gets a proper encore, even without stepping back into the ring. WWE's messaging remains firm. December 13th is the end of Cena's in-ring story, but his place on the Raw after Mania might just be WWE's way of letting fans salute him one last time. Announcing what is next for TNA Wrestling heading into 2026, the company put out this press release. New York, December 2nd, 2025. AMC Networks and TNA Wrestling today announced a multi-year agreement to bring TNA's flagship weekly television show, Thursday Night Impact, to AMC, TNA's new television home in the US. The TNA-AMC partnership kicks off live from the Curtis Colwell Center in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex on Thursday, January 15th, 2026. AMC will feature Thursday Night Impact as a 2-hour block of action-packed TNA Wrestling exclusivity on television every Thursday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. The new TNA-AMC agreement also includes extending the weekly telecast to viewers on AMC+. We are super excited to bring the in-ring excitement, energy, and drama of TNA Wrestling to AMC, said TNA Wrestling President Carlos Silva. TNA Wrestling heads into 2026 the hottest it has ever been, with intense rivalries and a fan base that loves the TNA stars. We cannot wait to expand the TNA audience with our new partner, AMC Networks, which has such a long and storied history of serving passionate and engaged fans across so many shows and franchises. Through this new media rights deal, TNA's impressive growth and success is driven by the stories, characters, and non-stop action fans love, said Dan McDermott, Chief Content Officer, AMC Networks and President of AMC Studios. We put fans at the center of everything we do, and TNA has built its brand and its programming around that same dedication and focus. What a great opportunity to come together and make Thursday Night Impact a dynamic and entertaining weekly event on AMC and AMC Plus starting next month. Tickets for the first ever Thursday Night Impact to air on AMC on January 15th, 2026 at the Curtis Colwell Center in Dallas will go on sale on Thursday, December 11th, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern at TNAWrestling.com. The ticket presale starts Tuesday, December 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern. To register for the presale, go to TNAWrestling.com. In addition, TNA Wrestling brings back-to-back nights of live pro wrestling for the first time ever to Albuquerque, New Mexico, the home of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, on Thursday, January 22nd and 23rd, 2026, with all Albuquerque action set to air on AMC. Tickets for both Albuquerque shows at Tingley Coliseum also will go on sale on December 11th, with the pre-sale on December 9th. Founded in 2002, TNA Wrestling is a subsidiary of Anthem Sports and Entertainment. TNA Wrestling has been the pro wrestling home for such industry legends such as Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Sting, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, Kevin Nash, and Mickie James, among others. The 2025-26 TNA roster features Jeff and Matt Hardy, Nick and Ryan Nemeth, TNA World Champion Frankie Kazarian, Mike Santana, Steve Macklin, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, Santino Marella, Mustafa Ali, Moose, Elijah, Eric Young, Tessa Blanchard, Ash by Elegance, and others. TNA Wrestling has long been recognized for its captivating characters and adrenaline-pumping action. Nobody does professional wrestling like TNA. One of the cornerstones of TNA is the popular X Division, known for its high-flying, high-risk matches. The X Division has long carried a simple slogan: "It's not about about weight limits, it's about no limits. Leon Slater is the reigning X Division champion, and at age 21, the youngest X Division champion in company history. Another prominent feature of TNA Wrestling is its women's division, affectionately known as the Knockouts division, which has spotlighted the skills of such legends as Mickie James, Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, Angelina Love, and Velvet Sky, among others. Lei Ying Li is the reigning Knockouts World Champion, the first Chinese champion in TNA Wrestling history. The Inspiration, Jessie McKay, and Cassie Lee are the reigning Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. TNA Wrestling in 2025 announced a groundbreaking multi-year partnership with WWE and its NXT brand. Thus, WWE stars appear on TNA programming, and TNA stars appear on WWE shows. In November, TNA stars Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona, among others, appeared on WWE programming, as well as Leon Slater, Xia Brookside, Lei Ying Li, and others were on WWE/NXT. Given TNA's move to AMC, this could mean the end of their partnership with WWE NXT, with media executive Blake Avignon saying, "Sources, TNA is headed to AMC. The multi-year US rights deal is finalized and is expected to land around $30 million. With January 15th, 2026 set as the launch date, sources also indicate WWE intends to end its NXT TNA partnership. Their agreement includes a 60-day termination clause, and the AMC deal activates it." And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.